We're going to play another game of trivia.
Yes.
And I'm going to pretend to be a player, and you got to guess who I am. Now, how did we decide this was going to work?
This is the way
I'm guessing Brock Osweiler.
The way we decided it would work is we will.
Oh, you each answer, and then I tell you who's right.
Yeah, but we will give the listeners a moment to think about it with us as we think.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
All right, I got it.
it will not be the first to shout out the answer because I win every time when that's the case.
No, you will each get the opportunity to say an answer, and I will not confirm whether you've succeeded until the end.
The fast twitch muscles of these vocal cords,
Right.
you can't even chart. Can't even chart how fast they are.
Okay. All right. Number one. Number one. Hey, I've
See?
been the starter for only half of my team's games. Since week 11, I have the most fantasy points for running backs, averaging 24.9 per week.
Ooh. Oh, my.
I'm going to go with a guy that took over a role. That makes sense. Thomas Rawls, your boy, Andy.
Thomas Rawls was my guess as well, so I will stay with that.
That is correct.
Yes.
The answer is Thomas Rawls. That was a bit of a softball.
Did we give a second for them to?
I think there was enough.
Oh, that's
That
fine.
was enough time.
There's enough time.
Yeah. All right, question number 2. I may be the most consistent player in fantasy football since week 6. From that point on, my fantasy owner will feel comfortable starting me if he wants a player that will get 20 to 24 rush attempts every game, at least 60 yards every game. Week 6 was my turnaround. I've scored double-digit points
This is easy.
in every game except for one, but I've only eclipsed 20 one time, and it is easy.
I think it is very easy. Do you have?
No, I'm drawing a blank
I'll
over
gi-
here.
I think for
hold
the,
on then.
All right.
Let's let Mike give him a second.
So since week 6, this player has had 60 yards
I'm gonna get
or
it wrong.
double-digit points.
At least 60 in every game, 20 to 24 rush attempts every week.
I would focus on that number.
Yeah.
The 20 to 24.
Yeah, my friend.
All right, well, go ahead and.
I'm
Take a
going to
guess.
say Jonathan Stewart.
Oh, that is a great.
He gets a lot of
Yeah.
carries.
I
started the
won't
year
even
slow.
pretend I knew it because I was in my head. All I can think of is Adrian Peterson, but I know he didn't have 60 yards. So
The answer is Jonathan Stewart.
that's very nice.
Extremely consistent since week 6, double digits every single week. J Stu's been doing it, and he's been, cross your fingers, staying healthy.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go as LL Cool J would say. He's been doing it well.
I feel like I have grand regret now.
Wait, now are all these?
Over mentioning Jonathan Stewart and the word injury as the Reaper on playoff week with him in my roster.
I was going to ask, is the next question also on your roster, Andy? Because Thomas Rawls
Oh, that's
and Jonathan
funny.
Stewart are
That's
both
true.
in your league of record roster.
No,
All
he's
right.
not.
Oh.
That's hint number 1.
Clue.
All right, number 3. I've taken a step back this season.
Yes, you have.
I've only scored 2 touchdowns. I haven't scored 20 points in a single week once this year. Fantasy owners thought I would be great because I finished 2014 as a wide receiver 1.
Okay.
It was apparent that these fantasy players believed in me because my ADP was 19th for my position, ahead of Keenan Allen, Brandon Marshall, Sammy Watkins, Jarvis Landry, and Allen Robinson. Who am I?
Man.
I've got 2 guesses, one of which I think is right, but I also think it's really cheap. Like it's too. I think that there might be multiple answers to this question.
Well,
Oh, no,
it's hard
only
to say with the beginning. I mean, two touchdowns on the year, only scored 20. Haven't scored 20 points in a week.
20. That's the part that's
Yeah.
tripping me up over here.
I think Jason might know it.
Yeah, I think I got it.
Oh wait, I got a guess.
All right.
Demarius Thomas.
That was my second guess, but I think he's got more than 2 touchdowns. My actual one that I think is Des Bryant.
Oh, that's
no.
Oh.
No.
I'll bet you Des Bryant fits that bill.
With only 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, I think.
No,
he's
I
got-
think Dez has more than that.
Does he?
I'm gonna look right now.
The answer
Now I'm intrigued.
is Golden Tate.
Oh,
Golden
Was he really drafted
Tate.
above those guys?
ADP 19. Very high hopes for Golden Tate. He had a huge year last year.
Des Bryant has 2 touchdowns.
Oh, drafted higher than all those
Has he
guys.
scored more than 20?
I imagine.
Hmm.
Well, maybe. I know he
Yeah.
has 1 game over 100 yards. And
Was
all-
his ADP 19th in his position?
no?
Stop trying to fit it to somebody else.
Yeah.
It's Golden Tate is the answer.
All right.
So you guys did all right. What are your thoughts on Golden Tate?
I like him. I think he's a serviceable guy the rest of the way. I mean, he has not been what he was last year, but he has still averaged over 9 targets a game which is great. I mean, that's what you want out of a guy. He's had a couple weeks that have been, serviceable. I'm not excited to start him, but he is a guy that, I would say in a pinch.
Part of Golden Tate, his decline from this year is clearly his monster games last year were when Calvin Johnson was out of the lineup and he went ultimate ham on everybody, and his pace was out of control. Now, when Calvin Johnson came back, he was still a very solid wide receiver for fantasy. But this year, the entire Lions offense has just been a disaster until the savior of Detroit, Jim Bob Cooter, stepped in, and he's been pumping up that offense ever since.
Is Jim Bob Cooter in charge of the Hail Mary defense?
No.
Okay.
Luckily, that is not his
That's
job.
been an issue then. That's been an issue.